Hello and welcome back to Hollowponds Solo Sagas, where we are playing across 1,000 Dead Worlds, our 11th session. We will probably go to about 15 sessions. If that, we need to find out what happens to Mark first after today. So first off, thank you so much to Alex T for all your feedback and for clarifying some of the stuff. For instance, we should have killed Mark on the flight back home last time. Oh well. But he survived. But for now, he is in room 11 of the complex on Perilous. And according to my notes, we have two easy Dinklos in front of us. We made a stealth roll of 17. We need to make their awareness roll and to find out if they spot Mark and initiate a combat with him. So we've got a Dinklo, we have an easy Dinklo. An easy Dinklo has an awareness of 15. So we will draw up our little, well, we'll use the one we've already done, our chart where we have the Dinklos at the end and we have Mark here. Dinklos, Mark. There are two Dinklos. So both Dinklos need to make an awareness check. They have 5 awareness. We rolled 17s for strength, stealth, which means that we've got a 15 and a 9. They fail to spot Mark. Mark will move across to here, which is his move, and he will spend 5 stamina to stay in stealth and 5 stamina to hide. Now, do we do a new stealth roll for each round? I assume so because he moved. I don't know if I've done that before, but we're going to do that now. So he has a 10 for stealth, which gives him a 14. Not great. Then we will give both the Dinklos a go to try and spot him. They have 5s. They spot him. So this round, they spot Mark, which means as Mark gets into this sector, they spot him. We will then roll initiative. We will be reds. They can be greens. Nobody gets a plus. If we go reds, we are a 1, they are a 3. They spot us, they catch Mark unawares, and they get to act. Dinklos are territorial swarms that are cow size. If we look in the book, we see that a swarm can move twice, has no range attacks, and they have a behavior which is roll a d10. They get a 4, makes a melee attack or rushes towards the closest opponent. So both of them will move in towards Mark. That's what they do on their turn. Based on what that says is they rush into the nearest opponent, which is D, D. So they move into the same sector as Mark. Mark now, so if Mark moves out, he needs to make an agility test. If he fails the agility test, they both act, or he could try and shoot them from here. He gets a -2 to the shot if he tries to shoot them from in here. He is going to try and shoot one of the Dinklos. We'll use him, he's going to be the dark green. They are going to be the light green. They have an agility of, a dex rather, of 4. That's rubbish. And he has a range combat of 11. He is the dark greens. So he gets 24. They get 20. He shoots one of the Dinklos. He always uses 8 stamina to do the shot and saves 2 stamina to protect himself when shooting. If I don't say that, that's what it is. So he rolls a d10 plus a d6 plus 5. So he has 6 plus 5, which is 11. Their con is 7. One of them goes down. That was his turn. That's that round. Next round, there go. One of them tries to stand up. He has a will of 5. That's a 20. That hits. He stands up. Okay, so he stands up. Well done, him. He's at disadvantage. The other one is going to try and attack Mark. Mark has a close combat of a 5. It has an attack of a 7. It's initiating, so it gets a 9. He has a 5, they have a 9. They're light greens, his dark greens. They have a 9, which is a 16. He wins. We will say he is using the D that and a D that because he's using the butt of the rifle. He gets a 6. A 6 does not beat its con, so it stays standing. Now we have Mark's turn. Mark, who is using the butt of the rifle, he could try, but if he tries to move out, He doesn't get the -2, but he might get attacked by them if he fails to do an agility. He has a dex of 10, which means he would need to roll 10 to try and get out. All right, he's going to try and get out. So he's going to try and move out. If he fails, they get an attack on him. He succeeds. So he moves to there. I mean, I could have rolled there. What would I, if I would have rolled his, what is it? Uses a special ability, they don't have a special ability, or makes a melee attack. So either way, if they're in the realm to make a melee attack, it would make a melee attack, because they don't have a special ability, because their thing was to lose their claws, and their claws just gives them an attack. So he moved because he made the agility roll. They try to attack him, they fail. He tries to shoot the one that he shot beforehand, because the one that he shot beforehand has a disadvantage. They have a 4. He has 11. He is reds. He gets 28. They get 15s. He shoots it. D10, D6 plus 5. Doing 12 points, knocking the same one back down again. Cycle back to the top of the round. Round 2. The one which is outside can't make a melee attack, so it has to close in. The other one has to try and stand up. It's now at disadvantage. It has a will of 5. 5 plus 2 is a 7, is a foul. It stays floundering around on the ground. Mark is in the same sector as this one in front of him. It's Mark's turn. Now Mark could try and back away. So we've got here. Mark could try and back away to try and get a shot on this one without being... I'm going to say this one being in the same section is causing him problems, giving him the -2. So Mark could back over here and try and get a shot on this one. Or he could just take a shot on this one anyway. Or he could shoot this one, it goes down, and then he tries backing away without needing to make a roll. That makes more sense. So he is going to try and shoot this one. This one does not have disadvantage. This one is normal. So that, and he's going to use this because this is not bad, this dice. So it has a dex of 4. He has an attack of 11, but technically it has a 6. So it has a 6 because of the +2 because of the missing. He has an 11. He gets a 28. See, I told you this was a good one. It gets a not 28. So he shoots it. He does a D10 plus a D4. D10 plus D6 plus D plus 5, which is 8, which is 12. It goes down. He now can back away without needing to make an agility roll. He is here. He could try and open up this and get out, but he might just try and kill these two things because they seem to be doing quite good. He seems to be doing quite good at it. Oh, this is an extra encounter, isn't it? We'll mark an encounter now, otherwise I will forget. I seem to be doing the combats right. Alex hasn't said I'm doing the combats wrong, so I must be doing the combats right, which is all right. Although he said once that he would have run away more than fighting things that I always do. Mark basically is filming everything. He's uploading it as all part of his channel. He's an influencer, tech influencer, but he's trying to get more followings. And the more combat he has and the more his life is put at risk, the more he gets people subscribing. I just made that up on the fly. Creativity, which is what Wednesdays, how to. Go back and watch the how to on Wednesday. I enjoyed doing that. It's very, very short. It's talking about creativity within the realms of solo role-playing, and I was quite proud of it. So, Dinklo number 1, this one, he's going to try and get up first, then he's going to get up. He isn't at disadvantage, he is at disadvantage. Disadvantage first. 11 plus 5 is a 16, fails. No disadvantage. 4 is a foul. They both failed, that means they're both now disadvantaged. Even though the one that just went down is probably disadvantaged. So they do not stand up, that's the beginning of their turn, which is turn 3. Mark now is at a distance. He can hit either of these two. They are both at disadvantage. Mark is going to try and shoot the one that's closest in the false knowledge that this one will take longer to get to him, but it won't. It can do it in one move anyway because it's a swarm. He will shoot this cow-sized swarm that's all flittering around on the floor and struggling from where he is. Mark will use the reds. Mark has plus 11. It has plus 4. Disadvantage means that he gets that. With the plus 11, that's 14, which beats it, luckily. He shoots the one on the ground. He gets, 3 plus 5 is 8, its con is 7, it dies. Little bits of swarm go flying all over the place. There's a smear across the ground. The other swarm makes this inhuman screeching sound, and at the top of round 4, it attempts to stand up, get up off the ground. It makes a 3 because there's a disadvantage, failing to get up. Mark will then attempt to shoot it and put it out of its misery. Mark fails. A 1 is a critical failure. Now, we haven't rolled a critical failure yet, so let us roll a critical failure and we can see what happens to Mark's gun. Mark's gun's probably going to go out, isn't it? Right, critical miss, range, D10. 4, loss of confidence. Now that you think about it, this is not looking good. Reduce your initiative by 2. That's all right, Mark goes second anyway. So Mark is going second anyway, so even reducing his initiative by 2 doesn't make a difference. But the reason why he misses is he's starting to lose confidence in himself. End of round. Now we're on round 5. Round 5. It attempts to stand up. It gets a 14. Its wheel is 5. That goes to 19. That is not enough. It doesn't stand up. Mark starts to think, maybe I should leave. Maybe I should just leave this. This is room 11, isn't it? He's going to say, maybe I should just leave this room and not bother about it. But he can't get out. He rolls a 16 plus 11 is a 28. It rolls a plus 11, 27. 10 plus a 4 is a 14. He hits it. He needs to do 5 plus 5 is a 10, which beats it 7, which means that it also expires. Clock ticks 10 minutes. We are now in room 11. We'll go back to this map. We have moved off of this map, which was our slightly spiraled out map, and we are back onto this map. So we have a door here which has locked itself. There's loads of mess in this room because I think we've had several fights with these easy didn't close. We're going to try and go up to the ground level. This is ground level. This is sub basement 1. We will come up these stairs, but first we need to get that door open. So Mark, panting, is going to stare to camera and go, hopefully my backers are going to support me, and if you'd like to give any super thumbs thanks for those videos. I'm now going to try and get this door open. He goes down to his knees in front of the door, gets out his toolkit, starts to run some scans on the door, and starts to try and get the door open. 6 plus his 10 is a 16, which is a failure. He can't get the door open. Time ticks by. He's going to go, okay, I'm going to try it now. Hopefully this time this will work. And he gets out his lock pick, and starts to talk about how good this is, how brilliant it is, how it always works. 7 and 9, oh man. Okay, we're going to say outside. So 7, 8, 9 fails, anything but that. 6. Okay, and the door clicks open. 10 minutes ticks by. We are in the stairwell. He's going to go up the stairs. Shall we say that is there a chance for an ambush? No, he's had an ambush, if I remember rightly, whilst we've been here. He gets to the top of the stairs. There's the entrance to room 10. What was in room 10? So he can ready himself for room 10. Room 10 was an easy encounter with the psychic buck. So there's a potential for another encounter in that room. We will roll. We might roll on the table because a 1 and a 2 is an encounter, and if we get the 1 and 2, it's an encounter. Otherwise, we're going to ignore what's in that room because we would have already encountered it. So first off, we need to get the door open. He says now, hopefully the tools will switch to my good D20. Hopefully the tools are going to work for us now. Yeah, 14. He reaches down, click. Time moves on. We are now on hour 9, which means that we do that one. Yep, lose that, lose that. We did have a fight, so we lose that. And then we've got, I think I've done too many because this is showing, oh, I'll do that and that because we've got 2 hours left. So we've got 2 hours of oxygen tablets, 2 hours of batteries. I don't know if you've got the, oh, I said, that's what Alex said. Alex said that the oxygen, the life support systems on the ship failed. So the oxygen stopped being produced. So if you put on a vac suit, Yeah, but that was, okay, yeah, fair enough. Without the tablets, the vac suit wouldn't work unless he rigged it in to the oxygen generation of the ship. Because I'm assuming the ship has oxygen for the duration of the trip anyway, because it says it does. Unless you run out of oxygen because the trip goes too long and then you just suffocate and die. Which, when he goes and explores in Series 2 another site, might happen. So, door opens for room 10. He enters room 10. We roll to see what is in room 10. So, for the areas. We just roll the site exploration D10. We get a 5. A 5 would be hazard manifestation, which means there's nothing in here because that hazard would have already been here. So we are in room 10. He looks around and has a look. Let's do a roll. He is going to spend a time tick, which he was going in. Then he's going to spend a time tick to have a look around, and he's going to see if he can scavenge up some stuff. Now, if I believe, if I'm right, if I go to money, there is a way of looking around and trying to find something. Scavenging alien technology. Sometimes an unlucky crew will find a site almost depleted of data crystals and ally cubes. Still, even Asahi, good lager, junk can be of interest to the KSA. An ambitious crew can spend one time tick, done it, and make a single Asahi technology check to scavenge for scrap. If they succeed, i.e. I roll a natural 20, we find 1 gear slot's worth of scrap with a combined value of D100. So if I roll a natural, because he's got 0 for that, we might put a 1 on it if we get a chance to. No. So he spends 10 minutes hunting around and can't find anything. Door, locked, that goes through. Gets down to his knees and he says, right, hopefully this is it, because all we need is this door, then the front door, then we're back on the ship and we can head back to Kramer Station. 18 plus the 10 for technology, the door slides open. We are in room 1. Turret. Though we turned it off, there's a 50% chance it is back on, because that's what we wrote down here. So we're back into room 1, 50% chance, so 50 and under. 77, it's still off. Brilliant. So this is the rooms looks like it's infested. What do we have here? Sap, earth, metal. It says Dinklo, but there was a turret in Ho. I don't know why there'd be a Dinklo in here. Oh, maybe we got ambushed in here as well. Maybe we got ambushed last time. So we'll roll that we'll roll the D10 again to see what happens in here. 7, no, there's no ambush. What does 7 come out as? 7 is a dread event. We could roll a dread event. We could give poor Alex a dread Mark. Sorry, I keep saying Alex because it's Alex, isn't it? Dread event. Let's see what a dread event would be. So comes into this room. We have a 3. I had it right here, hanging from my belt. Every character must spend 1 luck or lose 1 rand. Okay, so he's hunting around for his tools that he had just that very second. He had 5 luck, now he's going to have 4 luck. He had the tools just that very second, and he's going, where? And then as the door's about to slide close, he can see them just behind the door. He reaches, grabs them and pulls them back as the door closes behind him. In room 1, he goes to the exit. This is all we need now. If I can get this door open, then we're out, we'll board the ship, we'll ride back to Kramer Station, and we can find out how much we've made for the stuff that we've got. So, the last time he's here, he's trying to get that, and that's going to be it for this site. Next site we're going to go to, we will roll one, and then a completely new one, and go exploring. It's definitely going to be dead. So he gets a 10, exactly what he needed. The door clicks open, we exit, we can see a scene of Mark leaving through the doors of Plunges Station Research Base. He leaves, we can see him walking up to the ship. He had 1.5 hours worth of everything left. That's what we had left. 1.5 hours worth left, and he is going to leave and attempt to travel back. Now, this is the one bit that I overlooked last time, and I just said the travel back was 1 journey and we didn't roll anything for the travel back. Is that right, Alex? Proper Alex, Alex T. For the return journey, do we have to roll the journey trip for the return journey? Or does he just go back? Because it doesn't really mention it. Maybe you assume that everyone's going to die at the base. So do we get the return journey just clean? I can't remember. I think I rolled it last time. And, all right, let's go back. So he gets on. the trip back is how many weeks? 3 weeks? 3 weeks. It's a 3-week trip to Plunges. So each week has a 20% chance that adds up that something happens. Week 1, we're on board. We're cleaning all our gear. We're cleaning everything. 31, nothing. Nothing happens week 1. Week 2, 40% chance. 31, something happens. Week 2, something happens. We roll a d4. What happens? We get a 1. So it says social. It says mention something about if it's a solo. Treat the solo event as a mental or physical issue. Mental or physical issue. Table 4. All right, mental or physical issue, a d10. What is happening to poor Mark? 3. The ship attempts to interface with the crew member, resulting in a misjump. So that as sleeping in his bunk, the ship attempts to psionically interface with Mark, and the ship misjumps. Consequence of the misjump, a d6. A 5. A 5 is a transit dilation. Transit dilation misjump. Okay, then we roll a d6. We get a 6. D4 weeks longer. Now, we do have enough stuff for, so if it's D3, it's 3 weeks, we have enough stuff. Basically, I think Mark just died. All right, if I roll anything, can I spend luck? All right, can I spend luck to re-roll any roll? All right, if I roll a 1, see, could I spend all of his remaining luck? Can I spend 1 luck each time to basically change the consequences of the misjump instead of being time dilation to be or we change the transit dilation misjump. We are going to spend luck until we get a 1 or 2, and if we run out, then he's dead. If it's anything D4 weeks longer, short is fine. So we're going to spend 1 luck. 3, re-roll this. A 2, instantaneous. All right. Is that all right? Can I do that? Or is it only for a skill check? So i.e. you can't use luck to re-roll that and to be lucky and to have it instead of being 4 weeks longer, which means he dies because he has no additional food and oxygen at all. And Mark would just die, which is cool, but he does have the luck as a resource to pull back on. So is that all right? I hope it's all right, Alex. Is that all right that you can reuse that luck to re-roll that one? I mean, he could have just rolled a 4, 5 and 6 again, and then a 5 and 6 again, and then again and again, and he dies. But he didn't. So he comes back, panicked, looking a bit terrified, back to Kramer Station. Let's find out what Mark has sold his stuff for, and then I can find out how badly I did that one. And then we can, so what are we on? We're on session 11. Let's do another session next week where we will take Mark to a new world and we will do the exploring of getting to a new world, completely new, outside of our realms. And then we will leave that as how we will end series 1, and then we will pick up Mark, potentially, unless he dies at the end of series 1. And in series 2, exploring this completely new place that no one's ever been before. So, we get back. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crystals. The crystals sell for 50 each. Then we've got 3 cubes, sell for 75 each. We found 2 different types of resources, which is then 5 for each one of those. Then we had 9 encounters, 5 for each one of those. That gives us a running total, not that when I just did a reset and I added everything up, of 630. We've got 2 artifacts that we need to roll. So we roll for each artifact's value. Artifact number 1 has a 2, which gives us 10, it's worth 10. And the second artifact, so this is all taken off of us by a representative of another 10 of Kramer Station, giving us a total of 650 credits. Now, the problem with us going, I was just thinking whilst I was doing this, We had 105 left over, so that gives us 650 XP, which we add on to our other XP, giving us a sum total of 1,780 XP. Not enough, I don't think, to go up a level. I think that's 1,000 per level. So we can't go up to level 3. Now, based on what Stefan was saying, which is maybe when you're at level 10, you can then take on new things, you have more survivability. Mark might want to go and explore. He's got, what's he got? 755. He might want to go and explore new realms and go and see new places, but he isn't really in a position to do that. Now, the other thing that he might want to do is he could go and take on a different type of environment, but not on his own, and share it and find someone to go with, to go and explore and take an NPC with him. But I'm not too sure about that either. And so Mark might now go off. Actually, Mark is going to go off to the bar, the carousing bar, and he is going to, we'll do that quickly. What have we got? Colourful locals. What happened last night at the Red Asteroid? Colourful locals. He is going to go off, take his money, he's going to go off, bump into a couple of security officers dragging a diver while they kick and scream. That's on his way to the bar, where we are going to go carousing. Where's that table? Now, we'll see what happens with the carousing table. What happened last night at the Red Asteroid? That is the interesting bar. Here we go. Downtime activities. He's going to spend some time in the bar. See if he can meet that woman that he met who works at the medical facilities again. 24. What does 24 come out as? You played a few games, lost them all, minus D20. So he is -3. So instead, he has got, that's not bad. He's on 52. So he's not too happy. I think Mark will just try and find another ship to go onto. He's not going to go back to Plunges. He thinks Plunges is bled dry. He is going to find a new place to go to, which has already been visited before, and we will do that next session. Yeah, I'll have a think. Maybe he'll take an NPC with him and we'll go to a harder place. Because if he's got an NPC with him, there's someone he can throw under the bus, and we can have... Because if he takes an NPC with him and Mark dies, then we can take over the NPC, and the NPC can run through instead. So that's what we're going to do. Mark is going to find someone. Let's do another roll at the bar and see if we can come up with something that might give us a suggestion of someone he could talk to that could go with. 53. You spend the night listening to the terrible, wondrous tales of a famous diver. They have several missions to their name, but never managed to get a big break. There we go. There we are. And at the end of that, so Mark has been recording it for the channel, and he's going to say to this person, why don't we team up? I've got people, you've got knowledge, I've got knowledge. Why don't we go together? And that's what's going to happen. So Mark is going to team up with an NPC because of that role. Creativity. We're just on the fly, and they're going to go and explore something using Ship 2, and we'll do that. We'll roll all that stuff next session as an ending cap on how you actually go exploring and create a site. We'll create the site together, and then we will work out where Mark will go with their buddy, and we'll generate their buddy's name and stuff, and they will go off for Series 2 and explore that site. There you go. Short one, but Mark got back all in one piece. I don't think I cheated, not to my knowledge. Do tell us if I did, Stefan and Mark. But beyond that, thank you so much for watching. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being a subscriber. It's very much appreciated. Really, really is. If you're not a subscriber, do consider it. It lets the world know I exist. There's also the thumb. If you want to hit a thumb, I don't normally ask for that. But if you want to hit the thumb, apparently that helps. Sticking comments in, apparently that helps. You can also, if you would like to support in a more financial way, it's weird times that we're in, and so I don't, I'm sorry to ask. But if you have the capacity to and you'd like to, there's super thanks you can support. There's a coffee thank you. I have some GMEs, Games Master emulators that are on sale at the moment. You could buy one of those to support, or you could join
The Illustrious Adventurers Guild. These are people who we are in a close-knit group. We talk. Several different. Staffan is one of them. And they support me financially. They get the videos early. We have different sort of conversations, and they have videos that only they see. I'm going to start doing in a few weeks' time a interim session of the Forbidden Lands, which is them exploring that cave that they fell into, the caves that nobody but the members will see, and we'll see what happens with them before we catch up with Taylene, Nemena and Sister Nivea for their series 2. And I think that's that really, a little bit of a recap as we go, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.